We go from glory to glory to glory. Never be the same. You take us tired and tired.
What are you doing?
Hey, Patrick. I mean, I was just, Marlene is recovering, and so I figure it's good, right?
You're so disconnected. Let's have a talk.
Intro.
Hey y'all, I'm Patrick Elkins.
And I'm Kyle Grimes, and welcome to Next Step. We're in less than 10 minutes. We're going to talk about turning disconnected church members into active followers of Christ by discussing the next step.
Dun dun dun. Okay, so if y'all were here Sunday, this will be a little bit of a recap, but we're going to talk about the 167. So I didn't know anything about the 167 until Kyle was telling me about this book that he's reading.
Yeah, so this book is called Rethinking Communication by Phil Bowl, or Boule, or Phil Bowle, It's B-O-W-L-E. It's like Phil Boule, like bully, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, rethinking communication is the important part, and it's a book about church. And it talks about how attendance is decentralizing, and the normal church systems are built around attendance. And so this is creating disconnected church members, because when people don't show up, and the church is designed for people to show up, things get disconnected.
Yeah.
And he talks about, on average, people attend church 10 times a year, but are on social media an average of 116 minutes a day. That blew me away.
Yeah, and that 116 minutes a day ends up being over 705 hours a year. And if we're able to, as a church, just get a hold of 5% of that time, that's over 35 hours that we're able to share with the community. That's over 3 times what we're doing in the church.
That's a game changer. And I was like, this is probably some big city church. We're like cool country people, specifically the Mack County people. Like, Come on. You know what I'm talking about.
Come on now.
Yeah, be real with me. Anyways, so we have these numbers because we do attendance. And so I looked at them, and I started at 40 times a year. And it said, and it came back that 13 people showed up 40 times a year in the year 2018. And I was like, yeah, okay. And so then I went to 30 times a year. How many people showed up 30 times? And it said 22 people. And so then I looked at 20, and it said that 26 people. Not a lot of difference there. And then I went to 10 times a year, and it doubled to 45 people. And then I looked at twice a year, 94 people. Wow. And so if you average all those numbers up, it's 40 people as our average a week. And so that's right at 10 times a year is how much people show up, which is exactly what his statistics show.
And this just kind of proves that what we do here in the church is very, very small to what we are able to do out in the community.
Yeah. And that is why we're doing this. When we don't rise to our motivation, when we don't rise to our excitement, we fall to our systems. And so we wanted to create a system that allowed us to be intentional about seeking disconnected church members outside of church hours. And, the key word here is seize the 167. There are 168 hours in a week. And we're in church one of those.
Well, we're in church like 8, so might as well say 160 or like 162.58 or something like that.
I think 167 is pretty catchy. I'm just going to stick with that, Patrick. You go with whatever random prime number you want to go.
Seize the 162 and 3/4.
There we go. 167. Seize the 167. That's what we're
Fine.
But we could focus more time on Sunday mornings and trying to be more transparent there, trying to put more announcements on the screens. We know how effective those are. And but this is a way that we can seize that 167, that time that we're not in church, the time that you might be lacking some spiritual motivation or might, because usually church is a pretty safe place. But anyways, how this is going to work is we're going to do this every other week, starting this week. I mean, that's probably pretty obvious at this point.
Starting today.
Yeah, and if you didn't notice, we posted this on Messenger, and for now, this is going to be where we live. Besides on the church app, we'll also be on the church app. But if you're not on this Messenger group, probably don't have the church app.
Yeah.
But we're not going to worry about that, and but it's going to be every other week, and so we wanted to make this measurable. Whenever we started this, we wanted to set measurable goals. We done the SMART system, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, timely.
That's it.
I knew that right off my head. I wasn't looking at his paper if that's what you said. And
Hey,
hopefully
smart.
you're joining us on the podcast side of things, so you don't even see us goofballs here. Anyways, and so to make it measurable, we thought the best idea would to be make a poll. And this poll can be found at our website, www.ironworks.church. And then you click on the hub. The hub is where all of our announcements are.
Where's that out on the screen?
So it's on the top left, and we'll show that if you're watching the video now. And there that is, right there.
Right
Just
about
click
here.
right. How do you make? Is that a click sound? Can
No.
you make a click sound?
No.
It sounds like. Never mind. Anyways, maybe how about a chicken sound? Can you make a chicken? How about Kevin Jackson turkey sound? Oh, that was a good one. All right. So back to the important stuff. This poll is, but we always want to include a next step because more next steps equal more life change.
Mm-hmm.
The more things that you wake up and you decide to do, the more things that are going to happen in your life. And that's a weird thing, I know, right? That's like a math problem almost, right?
Yeah.
If you do it, it'll happen.
Takes 21 days on average to start a habit.
There you go. Random fact. That wasn't even on the show notes. So
No.
make sure you don't look for that on the show notes that you won't be able to find because we're not posting those for this episode.
We ain't no
Anyways.
professionals around Harvard.
So the next step is that poll. We would love your help to help us set our measurable goal. We all this poll is going to do is kind of see what you would like to see out of this show, and also see where you're at as far as being connected to our church. Are you somewhat connected? Are you totally disconnected? And then hopefully here in 3 months, 6 months, we'll do another one of these polls, and hopefully we'll see a little more connection. You know, people will know what we're about. They'll know what our mission is, and
they'll see what we're doing.
Yeah.
See us trying to reach out community. See how the church is more than just this building. It's us getting out there and spreading the gospel and showing love no matter who the people are.
So, this is about connecting, and we want to share some updates with the church, and one of those is Church App. It's getting updated, getting overhauled, but it's like a 2-month process that's totally too technical to share because no one cares anyways. They just want a nice church app.
Yeah.
And I'm working on that. It's a pain, but here in a couple months, it should be awesome. And it'll also be updated.
Up to date, running smooth.
Yeah, right. So, and then this coming Wednesday is Ash Wednesday.
Yep. And if you guys want to learn more about that, Kevin will be talking about that, upcoming services. And just something I want y'all to know here on the 6th, we're thinking about combining our young adults and our youth class. That way we can all kind of learn more on Ash Wednesday and get everything rolling. So I'd invite y'all to come this coming up Wednesday night. We'll meet here at the church at 6:30 for some supper. And then church starts at 7, and we'll go from there. Love to see y'all here. And just another thing that not everybody knows about, we do have here at Ironworks a young adults / college class. Starting to grow in numbers, but we'd love to have a packed house, and we'd love to see y'all there. Actually, Kyle was able to come a few weeks ago now, his first time, him and Julie, and how was that?
It was a lot of fun. Really, I didn't want to go. It was scary, but
Because I was there.
yeah, right. That's everyone's scared about that. Yeah, and but man, I got there and it was a ton of fun, and it was great. And so, what allowed me to have that opportunity is I'm taking a sabbatical from the youth group, just a break. Thereafter, Julie and I had some rough times. I really felt burnout of the church and really out of life, period.
Yeah.
And Kevin saw that, and he approached me and said, "Hey, dude, I have a vision for what the youth need, and you need a break." And I said, "You know what? I think God wants this too. So let's do this." And so if you didn't know, wondered why there's a new youth pastor, that's why. And it's hopefully temporary, and I'll come back and be better than ever. But one more thing is
This
coming up
Sunday.
on the 10th.
Yeah.
Yep. Is homecoming. And so another way to connect you to our church is, if you didn't know, this church started roughly in 2012. But we organized with the Nazarenes 2016. And so here we are. That's like 6, 7, 8, 9.
3 years of
3 years.
official, and then another, be 7 years, if I didn't do math. Yeah, 7 years of a not unofficial date as being a church.
So if you was curious what happened to Kevin's hair,
He started with an
7
afro.
years ago, it was a
And,
fro, man. And now, look at the poor guy. No. I'm kidding. But yeah, that's technically on the 13th, March 13th. But it's going to be a Sunday service where we recognize that. Nothing crazy special, but it's there.
Yeah.
That's part of being connected to our church, is knowing that fun stuff.
Well, guys, I think that's all we have for you today. And I think we ran a little bit over our 10 minutes, but we hope to see y'all next time. And
When is next time?
it would be doggone March 6th, I believe. No,
Let's see.
that's Ash Wednesday. It'd be
the 14th.
14th.
14th
I
of
didn't
March.
write that one down. 14th of March. We'll see y'all again.
Yep. And so we just want to remind you that that poll is on our website. Just go to our website, top left corner, go to Hub, and then scroll down, and you will see a link to the poll. And we would love it, love it, love it if you guys could help us out on that. Give us an idea of what this is going to turn into, what this ministry is going to be, and how we are going to achieve our small goal of reaching our church's bigger goal, which is to forge a Christ-centered culture in our community by creating connected church members, you know, and through that next step, because more next step equals more life change.
Amen.
See you next time.